So here we're going to unpack recursion in multiple choice form. Now you'll see this a lot in AP Calc or like a Java 1 or Java 2, like undergrad type class. We have to trace. So let's trace. Here we have the calculate method. We're asked about the what value is returned by the function call calculate 5, 3. So keep in mind, in place of x is a 5, and in place of y is 3. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just kind of dive into the method. Y is 3. That's not identically equal to 0. So what we're now going to do is we're going to return 1 plus calculate. Again, x is 5, and y is now going to be decreased by 1. Y was 3, and now it's 2. And then, since y is 2, it is not equal to 0, so we're not in the if just yet. So then we're going to return 1 plus calculate. I'm just writing calc for short. Now, x still stays at 5. X is not affected in any way, but y is going to be decreased. Y is now going to be decreased to 1. And so then we call the calc method again. Y is 1, so that's not equal to 0. So we're in the else again. We'll return 1 plus the calc of 5, well, y is decreased by 1. It was just at 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. And then, since y equals 0, we're going to return x. Now, on that call, x was 5. Okay, so this is what happens every single time you're tracing one of these recursive calls. You essentially drill down till you hit the base case, and now we're going to work our way up. Okay, so we finally returned 5. Now, we work our way up. 5 is what was returned in the call to calc 50. So now we'll substitute in the 5 there. So we have essentially 6. Now the value returned to calc of 5, 1 was 6. And then we have 1 plus that. And then the value returned from the call calc 5.2 is 7. And 1 plus 7 is 8. So you'll notice we worked our way down, we hit the base case, and then we worked our way up to getting to the final result. This phenomena happens every single time. So you're going to trace the calls, kind of drill down. Now, essentially, these are really getting stacked up, but this is the way I conceptualize it without thinking of a stack. We're essentially wading our way through the call stack. But so we have 1 plus calc. We have calc 5, 3. Then we have the call stack on the stack 1 plus calc 5, 2, yada, yada, yada. So eventually on top of the stack was our 5, and then we just work our way through. We can now plug that in, and now we work our way. We're essentially taking each pancake off the stack until we're finally done. Call stack is done. We are at 8. So this function effectively had y decrease each time until it got to the base case. X stayed the same. So eventually you returned whatever x was plus how many calls you had to y. We ended up having, how many times did you decrease y? So we had 3 calculate calls, so we decreased y by 3. So that ended up getting added to the x value. In this case, 5 that was returned. So I hope that this was enlightening, and notice how I wrote everything out. I drilled down and then I kind of worked my way through to kind of get back to good. And so we've arrived back at calc 5, 3, and the value that was returned was 8. I hope that this was enlightening on how to trace multiple choice style recursive calls. And it doesn't have to be multiple choice style, but these are some challenging, interesting questions where you need to put pencil to paper, really show your thinking and think carefully, and they can be really, really fun. Have a beautiful night.